All right, good evening, everyone. My name is Dr. Brian King, and I am the proud principal of Margaret J. Thornton Elementary School, and I'm excited. Yes. I'm excited to be your Master of Ceremonies this evening at the official dedication of our school building. To begin our program, we are pleased to have the St. Charles High School Color Guard here to represent the colors. And singing the national anthem are members of our chorus, Saleha Antioch, Bella Carwise, Milan Hewlett, Chance Lawson, Johnny's Walker, and Arden Williams. We ask that you remain standing for the Pledge of Allegiance.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose dark stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight, o'er the ramparts we watched, were so gallantly streaming. And the rocket's red glare that was bursting in air gave proof to the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner and wave for the land of the free and the home of the brave.
The Pledge of Allegiance will be led by Thornton 5th grade student Autumn Williams.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Please be seated. We would like to thank the St. Charles High School JROTC Color Guard and our students for opening the ceremony. I would now like to ask Thornton 5th grade student Austin Watson to come forward to recite the Margaret Thornton Elementary School Student Pledge. Any students here tonight, please stand and join in with Austin.
As an explorer, I pledge today to follow the code in every way. Courteous, orderly, dependable, that's me. I strive for excellence to be the best I can be. I'll follow this code and proudly show that I'm a Thornton explorer wherever I go.
All right. Nailed it, Austin. Good job. Then your next part's right here.
Now, please enjoy a musical performance from our Thornton course, directed by our vocal music teacher, Ms. Bohannon.
I am a part
Thank you to Autumn and Austin for helping start our ceremony. These students are a great example of all the talented explorers that we have here at our school. And thank you to our music teacher, Ms. Catherine Bohannon, and chorus for that amazing performance. It is a real pleasure to have all of you here this evening for the official dedication ceremony of our school. It was back in the spring of 2024 that I was appointed as principal of the school, and I saw it as a great opportunity and also a great challenge. At that time, construction had already begun, but there was a long way to go for the building to be finished, so for a while I had an office set up at the Starkey building. I worked closely with the architects that designed the building and the project manager to understand the vision and the design of the space. And it wasn't long before a central theme emerged, that of exploration. By the time I was named principal here, the school already had its name, Margaret Thornton Elementary School. As we all know, Mrs. Thornton enjoyed a long and distinguished teaching career in Charles County and was an advocate for early childhood education. I wanted to learn more about Mrs. Thornton, who also ran a successful business in the county alongside her husband. So last fall, one of my first moves was to set up a meeting with the Thornton family so that I could learn more about her. They talked about Mrs. Thornton's dedication to her students and the impact she had on their lives and to those members of the community. They spoke of her personal discipline and the high expectations she held for her students. Her family also remembered Mrs. Thornton's caring nature and how she lived her life in service to others. After that meeting, and through my time spent with those building our school, I started to reflect on what the school should represent and the lessons that I hoped our students would learn in their time here. That theme of exploration kept coming back to me, and soon the explorers took hold. Students should see themselves in our mascot, the explorers. And I know many members of the Thornton staff, we want our students to celebrate their unique talents and gifts and learn that when they work together with others, incredible things can be achieved. Thornton students came from Billingsley, Matula, Middleton Elementary Schools. I also spent time visiting each one of those schools to meet the future explorers, and I was thrilled to see how excited they were to come to the new school. I focused on community outreach, visiting PTO meetings and attending meetings of local homeowners associations to introduce myself and also to talk about Thornton Elementary School. Like I tell our students, a good neighbor introduces themselves and looks for ways to contribute to the neighborhood. I want to extend a heartfelt thanks to the incredible staff, students, and parents of Thornton. Although we're only a few months into the school year, I've already seen the staff building meaningful, supportive relationships that will benefit our students and our community for years to come. Now, please join me in welcoming the chairperson of the Board of Education of Charles County, Ms. Yanel Moore-Lee, who will bring greetings from the board and introduce some of our other special guests.
Thank you so much. Good evening, everyone. I was telling the assistant principals, fun fact, the choir asked me to sing with them, but I had to respectfully decline. Because in my head, anyway. Well, good evening and welcome to District 4. Had to put that plug in. And to Margaret J. Thornton Elementary School. As Dr. King mentioned, I'm Yanel Moore-Lee, the chairperson of the Board of Education. And allow me to congratulate you, Dr. King, and your staff on an outstanding job over the past few months to not only to open the school, but to make it feel like a warm, welcoming environment where I know our scholars will excel. So congratulations on a job well done. It is my pleasure to join you, Dr. King, and other members of the Thornton and Jamison families in August when we did our walkthrough, and actually we ended in this very room prior to the opening, and again I joined you for the first day of school, so I've had a couple of sneak peeks. Your pride and enthusiasm for your school are infectious, and I'm excited for the many accomplishments that will come from the Thornton Explorers. This is truly a momentous occasion. It is a celebration of the opening of the 23rd elementary school right here in Charles County, and also a highlight for District 4. This program recognizes the combined efforts of the school community, elected officials, and of course our parents. Margaret J. Thornton Elementary not only benefits our scholars, but all residents of Charles County. The Explorers here at Thornton are learners today and the future leaders of tomorrow. This occasion signifies a commitment to our children and the future of Charles County. This brand new building continues our vision for quality education, equity, and opportunities for all of our children. I remember when many of our current board members voted to approve construction for Thornton Elementary. It seems like just yesterday. And we, like all of you, waited with bated breath for this very moment. The construction of Thornton Elementary and all the integral and moving parts that successfully work together allows us to stand here today, demonstrating the willingness not only of the Board of Education to commit to quality education, but also showcases the willingness of our elected officials to do so as well. This project took a commitment by our leaders during a time when we were faced with limited funds. That sounds familiar. Our elected leaders made sure that we were able to provide the very best for our scholars and for your children. Every space in this beautiful building was designed with your scholars in mind. Speaking of, I am pleased to see many of our elected officials joining us this evening. I think that everyone would agree with Dr. King. The staff and scholars did an amazing job transforming Thornton into a welcoming atmosphere. Now that the children are settled in their classrooms learning, most people forget the hard decisions and sacrifices that led us to this point. We extend our heartfelt gratitude to each of you for always working with the Board of Education and school system for the benefit of our scholars. It also took the efforts and patience of teachers, staff, scholars, and parents at Margaret J. Thornton Elementary School to make this project complete. To create attendance zones for the school, the board had to implement elementary school redistricting, and you know how much fun that is. Our scholars from 3 elementary schools, as you heard earlier, make up the current body of Thornton Elementary. The scholars started their first day of school as explorers, which I think is perfect, bravely entering into a new space where no child has gone before, making new friends. You see what I did there? Thanks. Making new friends and setting the standard for academic achievements for years to come. Dr. King, on behalf of the Board of Education, thank you for inviting us to celebrate with you this evening, to share this wonderful moment with you and with the Margaret J. Thornton Elementary School community. Before proceeding with our ceremony, I would like to introduce our other members of the Board of Education and our special guests. Please stand to be recognized when your name is called. I ask that the audience please hold your applause, I know you're wildly enthusiastic, until all of our dignitaries and special guests have been introduced. So, first I'd like to begin with our Vice Chairperson, Ms. Nicole M. Kramer, Ms. Bridget Patterson, also from District 4, Ms. Jamila Smith, Ms. Samisha Thomas, Ms. Brenda Thomas, our very own student member of the board, Munachi Obanali, welcome. And we also have some former board members joining us, Elizabeth Brown, Virginia McGraw, and Ms. Latina Wilson. Thank you for joining us. Also joining us this evening, Senator Arthur Ellis, Delegate Edith Patterson, Delegate Deborah Davis, Delegate Kevin Harris, okay. Jean Shanholz, the lead capital projects manager for the state's Interagency Commission on School Construction, representing the governor's office. Thank you. Jillian Storms, executive director of the Office of School Facilities for the Maryland State Department of Education. Charles County Commissioner President, Reuben Collins II, Esquire. Good evening. Commissioner Vice President, Ralph Patterson II, also from District 4. You see the theme, thank you. Commissioner Thomasina Coates, welcome. Commissioner Dr. Amanda Stewart, welcome. Charles County Sheriff Troy Berry. Lieutenant Commander Everett West of the Maryland State Police, LaPlata Barrick. All right. Circuit Court Judge Monique Stevenson. I know I saw Judge Stevenson. Welcome, Judge Stevenson. Orphans Court Judge Darlene Breck. Oh, thank you. Well, speaking of, Orphans Court Judge Russell Yates. Welcome, sir. Register of Wills Lorraine Davies Hennessy. Circuit Court Clerk Lisa Yates. Chief of Schools Dr. Linda Iverson. Chief of Operations and Supporting Services Michael Himes. CCPS Director of Planning and Construction Stephen Andrus. Mr. Andrus has spent many, many days at this school, I know. Thornton Project Manager David Clemens. Executive Director of Schools Erica Williams. CCPS Supervisor of Operations April Murphy. Okay. Education Association of Charles County President Sean Heil. Education Association of Charles County Vice President Elizabeth Rasmussen. David Fisher, Vice President and Principal at SCI Architects, Reese Nelly, Project Manager at Keller Brothers Construction. Charles Quaid, Zoning Technician for Charles County Government. Diotha Sweat, President of the Charles County Branch of the NAACP. Leon Thornton Jr. and Lydia Thornton Johnson, Mrs. Thornton's son and daughter. It's okay that you broke protocol. They deserve that. And members of the Thornton and Jameson family and friends who have joined us for this special occasion. Any members of the Thornton or Jameson families, please stand. Thank you. Wow. Welcome. Do we have any other elected officials joining us? All right. If not, thank you all again. Thank you for joining us to celebrate the dedication of Margaret Jameson Thornton Elementary School. The Board of Education and CCPS deeply appreciate your support the support that we receive from each of you. Now, Ms. Jillian Storms, the Executive Director of the Office of School Facilities with the Maryland State Department of Education, will bring greetings on behalf of State School Superintendent of Schools, Dr. Carrie M. Wright. Welcome, Ms. Storms.
Okay, that's fine. Yes, I am so happy to be here on behalf of Superintendent Carrie Wright. She sends her regards to the opening of your new school, and I wanted to share some things about this school that are unique and that the superintendent really appreciates because it's all for her about learning. So I'm from the Office of School Facilities. I oversee the review of all school projects in the state. So I've been here many times down to Charles County. And what struck me about this project from the beginning is how much it was for the community. So you have this large space. It's not done in every school, where you have a space that's still not too large to hold an audience, but allows for learning to happen in both zones, whether it's the dining and music or whether it's PE. But to bring it open does allow a bigger community space. And it does have a larger gym here that not every school gets, so that it can have year-round community use. So those things are really important, so the community is engaged. But it is in the unique design and how this building was done. I actually have floor plans we reviewed way back when. And what it does in the learning wings is it brings together the different grade groups to these collaboration zones, so that it's not just people down a long hallway. You know, that you actually open up and there's areas of learning that can happen, or you can bring a student out and work with them, so that it's not always having to be in the classroom. So it's really critical that a school can have that flexibility. But it's also that they created these areas called inspiration stations that are now exploration stations, which is just a beautiful concept. And those sort of guide you into these learning areas. So all that is not done at every school. It's uniquely done here. So with those things in mind, I just wanted to congratulate you. And that also on behalf of the governor, who put out this past, I think 2 years ago, a executive order that there should be outdoor learning in every school so students can learn how to be good stewards of the environment. This has that. There's an area where students can oversee and look at an area where there's a stormwater pond, and so you have an observation point you can use in your science classroom. So all that, again, uniquely suited for its site. So I think you'll have many, many years of good learning in this place. And so I just wanted to share those tidbits from, I'm an architect, so I got that lens. So the superintendent does care about learning. We care that you have a space you can learn in that really does the ticket. And this is one. Thank you.
Thank you, Ms. Morley and Ms. Storms. I would now like to welcome Dr. Maria Navarro, Superintendent of Charles County Public Schools, who will give a brief overview of the Thornton School Project.
Good evening, everybody. I just wanted to tell our students, how many of you guys are Thornton Elementary students right now? Raise your hands. Okay. So here's the deal. Ms. Morley listed a whole bunch of adults that stood up. And what I want you to take away from that is how much care and love this community has for your school. That a lot of very important people, the person that is the sheriff, we all know who the sheriff is in this county, right? He could be home with his family. He is here tonight. And we are all here tonight because of the love and the care that we have for you and your future. So I just want you to know why we name so many people that you're like, who's that? Find out who those people are. Every single person that stood up tonight is an important figure in our community, and they are here. They could be anywhere else, and they're here celebrating the school that collectively we built together for you. Now I'm back to the schedule, Shelley. I know. I heard brief. Just wanted to point that out. Teachable moments everywhere. Thank you for joining us to celebrate the dedication of Margaret J. Thornton Elementary School. The school was named for an incredible educator, Margaret J. Thornton, a lifelong resident of Charles County whose teaching career spanned 3 decades. Mrs. Thornton attended a one-room schoolhouse in Port Tobacco until she was in 6th grade. I hope you guys go see where that is as well. She graduated early as a junior from the incredible Belle Alton Junior Senior High School that I've learned so much about, before studying early childhood education at Bowie State Teachers College. She taught at Port Tobacco Elementary School and also held positions at her alma mater, Belle Alton, and Indian Head and Gale Bailey Elementary Schools. Mrs. Thornton was a staunch supporter and advocate for early childhood education. She was influential in prompting the Board of Education at the time to amend its early education policy to include kindergarten, and went on to become one of the county's first kindergarten teachers. While still teaching, Mrs. Thornton helped her husband start the family business, Thornton Funeral Home, which continues operating today. She passed away in 1997, and tonight we have a member of Mrs. Thornton's family with us, including, as we noted, her children, Leon Thornton Jr. and Lydia Thornton Johnson, along with the other family members and friends. So I want to give another round of applause and thank you for being here tonight. So for a brief history, before this building was Margaret J. Thornton Elementary School, it went by its glamorous name of Elementary School 23. We knew the county would need an elementary school to serve the attendance zone created by new home construction in White Plains. The development of Elementary School 23 started a few years back with a formal request for planning approval from the State Interagency Commission on School Construction. By May of 2023, crews working with Keller Brothers Construction started work on this project, expected to go on for 2 years. A school naming committee submitted the names recommendation for Elementary School 23 to be called Margaret J. Thornton Elementary School, and doors were set to open for students for the first day of school on August 25th, 2025. Spoiler alert, it did. The site was developed in the Highlands neighborhood with the school featuring 260 geothermal wells that support energy efficient heating and cooling across this 94,843 square foot building. These engineers are incredible builders, and they're sitting here tonight. So the architectural design by SEI Architects, thank you, embraced the theme of environmental exploration, incorporating elements that reflect Maryland's diverse ecosystems, from the Chesapeake Bay and the coastal wetlands to sand dunes, forests, and mountain ranges. If you walk around this building, you see exactly where that is. The design aims to inspire a lifelong curiosity and appreciation for the natural world, starting in students' home state. I would like to acknowledge the hard work and dedication of our staff, including our Chief of Operations and Supporting Services, Michael Heim, our CCPS Director of Planning and Construction, Steve Andritz, David Clemens, David, thank you, and the lead of the CCPS Project Manager for Thornton, and other members of the Charles County Public Schools leadership team who worked so hard to get this building ready to go and what you see tonight. I would also like to thank Principal King, Dr. King, Assistant Principal Valdez, Assistant Principal Williams, and the Thornton staff, students, parents for supporting us through this project. Opening a school takes a lot of teamwork, coordination, and a lot of patience. This building is a legacy to our community's commitment to doing what is right for the children of Charles County. Dr. King, thank you for your leadership, and I now turn the program over to you. Thank you.
Thank you, Dr. Navarro. The students and staff at Margaret J. Thornton Elementary School appreciate your daily commitment to academic excellence for all children. And now I'm delighted to introduce you all to a special member of the Thornton Elementary School community, who's here to join us in celebrating the dedication tonight. Joining us this evening is Mr. Leon Thornton, Mrs. Thornton's son. Mr. Thornton will share some thoughts on behalf of the family.
Wow. I feel like I'm at a family reunion. Geothermal. My goodness. First, I'd like to thank everyone that was a part of this building, a part of the naming, a part of the building, a part of everything that has happened here. And if I could re-enroll, although I'm not, this would definitely be the school that I would want to attend. I'm extremely grateful to stand here with you as we have the dedication for Margaret Jameson Thornton Elementary School. Margaret believed in education, educating of all students. She believed that primary years of education set the pace of how a child would value their education. She was passionate about early education and believed that every child could learn. With my mother, everything was a lesson. A simple question of how old someone was could very easily turn into a math lesson. Margaret was more than a teacher, she was an educator. She believed before a child could be educated that you had to connect with the child. She placed an emphasis on connecting with students that were disconnected for whatever reason. She had no greater joy than when that student that was disconnected rejoined the learning world. Although she would be proud that this building bears her name, she would be even more ecstatic that her legacy continues. The legacy of connecting with students. She believed that connecting was key. And after meeting Dr. King, I knew he would carry the torch because he did come to meet and he wanted to connect. He wanted to know more about Margaret, more than just the building. He could have very easily just assumed the principalship. Is that what you call it? He could have very easily just assumed the principal's job and not even, tried to find out more about her, but he did. And then after the walkthrough in August, I was further assured after meeting Mrs. Valdez and Ms. Williams, I could tell that they were very connecting and very much a part of the vision. And then Miss Wilson, Danita, whom we've known over 40 years, is a people person. And you cannot be a people person without connecting with people. I was touched with the passion. And I've also want to thank all the administration, the teachers, the office staff, the kitchen, the maintenance, transportation, and everyone for connecting with the students, and you will achieve that desired excellence. Understand that each one of you are educators. And I would leave you with this. Margaret would say, never waste a teachable moment. And she would say, connecting is the key. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Mr. Thornton, for sharing those memories of your mother with us. It truly means so much that you and all the members of the Thornton family are here tonight to join us for this occasion. Charles County Public Schools is fortunate to have the support of many local and state officials in our efforts to open our school. Some of our strongest supporters are here tonight to make special presentations. This evening, I have the pleasure of first introducing Gene Shanholtz, Executive Director of the Interagency Commission on School Construction. Mr. Shanholtz will present an official citation from Governor Wes Moore's office. Brooklyn Adams, a 5th grade student here at Thornton, will accept it.
Thank you, Dr. King, and good evening, everyone. I'm glad to be here on behalf of the Interagency Commission on School Construction and to present the Governor's citation for the dedication of this new Margaret J. Thornton Elementary School. Before I present the citation, I want to recognize the collaboration and hard work required by all parties to bring this important project to life. It took more than a few years and more than $45 million from the state to plan, design, and build this school to create a safe, nurturing, and inclusive environment where every child feels a strong sense of belonging and is provided equitable support to grow academically, socially, and emotionally. Just as the school mission for Margaret J. Thornton Elementary School states. But our work here does not stop. We will continue to work together to track, measure, and maintain your school so that we can ensure it will continue to be a home for your students, families, and community today and for years to come. This will require continued investment by Charles County Public Schools and support from the state to provide the more than $50 million needed over the expected useful life of this facility. We look forward to this continued partnership. We are here today because we know that our kids are worth every penny. The state and Charles County are making these investments to support the success of your students and the health of your community now and into the future. We share in your excitement for the opportunities this new school will provide for generations to come. So without further ado, to celebrate the new Margaret J. Thornton Elementary School, I would like to present the governor's citation. And I will go ahead and read it as well. Be it known that on behalf of the citizens of the state, in recognition of the outstanding commitment of the students, faculty, and staff of Margaret J. Thornton Elementary School to quality education and academic excellence, with sincere congratulations on the occasion of the dedication ceremony of your replacement school, and as an expression of our admiration, great respect, and warmest best wishes for success in the days and years to come, we are pleased to confer upon you this governor's citation.
We also are excited to have Maryland Senator Arthur Ellis joining us here this evening. Senator Ellis, please join us up front for any remarks you would like to share. Senator Ellis also brings an official Senate citation, and accepting the citation on behalf of Thornton is 5th grade student Dylan Lee.
Dr. King, thank you very much. I like what Dr. Navarro said earlier, that we, elected officials, could be anywhere. So I was somewhere today. I was in Annapolis. Having meetings with the executive branch, Department of Secretaries, on what we as a state are doing for our federal workers. And it's a lot. And I want to say the very first bill I passed in 2019 was a government shutdown bill to provide for our government workers going through times like this. You don't have to worry about paying your mortgage. You don't have to worry about paying your rent. You don't have to worry about paying your utility bill. Because in the state of Maryland, there's a law that says you only pay when you get your back pay. Okay? So that was your senator passed my very first bill in 2019. In addition to that, we have loans for you. We have a lot of programs for you. So reach out to us. So that's where I was today. And I made sure I came back in time for this event. And Dylan, right? Okay. I thought about when I was in 5th grade, right? Yes. When I was in 5th grade, I was in school in the island of Jamaica. And pray for Jamaica. They're going through a lot of stuff right now. A lot of family there. And I always paid attention in school. I paid attention in school. I learned quite a bit. And what I learned in 5th grade, I was able to put the word in on the citation to present. Because in the Senate, to present a citation, we had to get approval from the President of the Senate, and because he signs it. And this is what it looks like. Let me see. Okay. And I'll read the citation. The Senate of Maryland resolution, be it hereby known to all that the Senate of Maryland offers its sincerest congratulations to Margaret J. Thornton Elementary School in recognition of your namesake, providing quality education for over 30 years to students in Charles County. And thank you, Thornton family, for being here, and this is just a great honor. The entire membership of the Maryland Senate, all 47 senators, extends its best wishes on this memorable occasion and directs this resolution be presented on this 29th day of October, 2025, signed by the President of the Maryland Senate, Bill Ferguson, and sponsored by Senator Arthur Ellis, District 28. Congratulations.
Thank you, Senator Ellis. Delegate Edith Patterson, along with Delegate Deborah Davis and Delegate Kevin Harris, have also joined us this evening to bring greetings on behalf of the Southern Maryland delegation and Charles County delegation. Delegate Patterson, thank you for being here this evening. And our student, Brooklyn, will accept the citation from you and also from Delegate Davis.
All right. Thank you so much, Dr. King. Good afternoon, everyone. First of all, I want to thank Dr. King and the members of the Charles County Board of Education for accepting the recommendation to name this beautiful school after a phenomenal educator. I had the pleasure of knowing Margaret Thornton and her family, and certainly I cannot think of anyone more deserving to have this honor. Usually when I do this and I tell students that I've known some of the members of the schools, that the persons who had these schools, they look at me as if I'm really ancient. I'm sort of ancient. And more importantly, I have the pleasure of knowing and recognizing educators who gave so much to our communities. And so I know you're bursting with pride, the Thornton family, Davison family, because you deserve it. And certainly, let me just say in terms of the comments made about the environmental factors associated with this school, I'm a member of the Ways and Means Committee in the House of Delegates, and we voted on that legislation. So it's wonderful to see that it is in practice. Now, I too was a former teacher, and so I want to say to you, it's my pleasure to present a flag. Now, I know you have a flag outside, you have a flag inside, and so this is an extra. But because we have a flag, how do you hold this? We can't let the boys outdo us. Okay, so I want you to know that the flag has certain meaning. It is designed, and I always read wrong. Anyway, it's designed for the Calvert family crest. And the gold represents loyalty and generosity. The black represents wealth and consistency. The red represents valor and courage. And the white represents peace and purity. And so again, it's my pleasure on behalf of the Southern Maryland delegation, on color, we present the flag, and please fly it in great health. Thank you.
Good evening, everyone. I'm Delegate Deborah Davis, and I'm honored to be a part of the recognition ceremony. I am the chair of the Charles County delegation, and so I'm here to offer an official citation from the Maryland General Assembly. And it reads as follows: Be it hereby known to all that sincerest congratulations are offered to Margaret J. Thornton Elementary School in recognition of the dedication of the Margaret Jamison Thornton Elementary School. This state-of-the-art facility is designed to inspire learning, creativity, and collaboration, providing students with a safe and nurturing environment to grow. Presented this 29th day of October 2025 on behalf of the Charles County delegation and your representatives in the state of Maryland, myself, Delegate Deborah Davis, Senator Arthur Ellis, Senator Michael Jackson, Delegate Kevin Harris, Delegate Edith Patterson, and Delegate C.T. Wilson. Thank you.
Thank you, Delegate Patterson. Thank you, Delegate Davis. We certainly appreciate our local delegation's support of public education. Also joining us tonight is Charles County Commissioner President Reuben Collins, Commissioner Vice President Ralph Patterson, and Commissioners Thomasina Coates and Dr. Amanda Stewart. Commissioner President Collins, please join us up front to bring greetings on behalf of the commissioners, as well as present a citation, and Dylan will accept the citation on behalf of the school.
You talk about a magic moment. First off, I'd like to say how humbled I am to be a part of this ceremony. As an elected official, an elected local official, the funding of a public school begins essentially with a capital improvement program line item. In this instance, it was Elementary School 23. It began with the capital improvement program. It progressed to becoming a groundbreaking ceremony and reaching that final level of where we are today. We are seeing the soul of a new public school, and this is what makes me so proud. I grew up with Leon. I grew up with this family. Lydia and I graduated from high school the same year. When I look in this audience, as it was stated before, it's like a reunion, a blessed reunion, because this is a reflection of a family. It's a reflection of a commitment of an educator who is also an entrepreneur. When you talk about Charles County's Black community, Charles County economic development, the Thornton family has been at the threshold. And so that's why I'm humbled to be a part of this experience. So Dylan, you ready? I have, and it's an official citation on behalf of the County Commissioners of Charles County. It reads, "Be it hereby known to all that sincerest recognition is offered to the Margaret Thornton Elementary School. Margaret Thornton Elementary School, located in White Plains, Maryland, opened its doors to students in the fall of 2025. And I wanted to say, Dr. King, thank you for allowing me to be a part of that opening ceremony. You could see and feel the family within the staff and the administration on that day. We share the pride and excitement for the future success of your students and have every confidence that you will fulfill your mission to provide an academically challenging, quality education that will exceed all assessment measures. The Charles County Commissioners extend sincere appreciation to the teachers, staff, and parents for their continued commitment to providing the best education to all of our students. And this proclamation citation is presented on this 7th day of October by the entire Board of County Commissioners: Reuben Collins, President; Vice President Ralph Patterson; Gilbert Bowling, representing District 1; Thomasina Coates, representing District 2; and Dr. Amanda Stewart, representing District 3. Thank you.
Thank you to all the commissioners for your support and for joining us this evening. It takes a monumental team effort to plan, design, and build and open a brand new school. It takes the school and the community working together to be truly successful for children. The staff at our school is amazing, and I am thankful for each member of the school team. At this time, I ask that all Thornton staff members stand to be recognized. I am appreciative of all that you do each day for children and for the support that you have offered me. I also want to thank each of the parents who work with us to help make sure our students succeed. So parents, if you are here tonight, please stand to be recognized. Thank you, parents. Some very special people to me and to all principals are the assistant principals. And at Thornton, I am lucky to work with two outstanding assistant principals, Bianca Valdez and Kiana Williams. We work side by side each day to lead the day-to-day operations of our school. And we work as a team to make sure that our school is safe and running smoothly. I will now share my role as Master of Ceremonies with Ms. Valdez and Ms. Williams to keep our program moving forward.
Thank you, Dr. T. As he mentioned, my name is Bianca Valdez, a proud assistant principal at Margaret J. Thornton Elementary School. I share the role of assistant principal with my colleague, Kiana Williams. As we usually do, we are going to divide and conquer. I will lead the first part of this portion, and Ms. Williams will lead the second part. As you've heard throughout the evening, this school would not be possible without the hard work of many. One tradition of a Charles County Public Schools dedication is a presentation of a ceremonial key. It's actually quite heavy. A school key symbolizes more than just a means to unlock the front door. It won't actually unlock the front door. It is also a key to knowledge and good scholarship. You learned this evening about the many people involved in the plans for Margaret J. Thornton Elementary School. That involvement did not end when the school opened. Most likely you have heard the phrase, "It takes a village to raise a child." And it does. It takes everyone working together to ensure that all children reach their highest potential. It takes all of us, administrators, teachers, students, parents, business partners, elected officials, community members, to ensure that we offer the very best educational opportunities for our students. If you look at not only Thornton, but all of our other schools, you will see thousands of people working hard each day to make Charles County Public Schools the best it can be for all students. If I call your name, I ask that you please come forward and line up in the order in which I call your name, from left to right in front of the stage along the floor. Accepting the key are Senator Arthur Ellis. Come on up and you can stand right here. Delegate Edith Patterson. Board of Education Chairperson Yanel Moore Lee Esquire. Superintendent of Schools Dr. Maria Navarro. SEI Architects Principal and Vice President David Fisher. Keller Brothers Construction Project Manager Reese Nelly. Project Manager for CCPS David Clements. Lydia Thornton Johnson, daughter of Margaret J. Thornton. Diothea Sweat, President of the Charles County branch of the NAACP. Thornton Principal, Dr. Brian King. And fifth graders Autumn Williams and Austin Watson.
Good evening. I'm Kiana Williams, Assistant Principal at Thornton. Thank you, Ms. Valdez, for opening this part of the program. And thank you all for being here this evening in support of our school, the students, and staff. Starting our key passing is Senator Ellis and Delegate Patterson, who represent the U.S. Senate and the Southern Maryland delegation, respectively. They symbolize the importance of all of our politicians who support funding and education for children. Senator Ellis, please pass the key to Delegate Patterson, who now passes it to Charles County Commissioner Vice President Ralph Patterson. who represents the commitment of the Charles County Commissioners to education and the building of schools to provide our students with the best learning spaces possible. Commissioner Patterson, please pass the key to Board of Education Chairperson Yanel Morley. It took support and confidence from the Board of Education to move forward with a project of this magnitude and to work with the state and county for funding. Ms. Morley accepts the key on behalf of all Board of Education members, past and present. She now passes the key to Superintendent of Schools, Dr. Maria Navarro. Dr. Navarro accepts the key on behalf of the school system. With her leadership and guidance, the vision of Margaret J. Thornton Elementary School moved from an idea to a reality. Dr. Navarro now passes the key to Dave Fisher, Principal and Vice President of SEI Architects, who represents the architectural firm that took the vision of our school and solidified the design. Mr. Fisher now passes the key to Reese Nelly. Mr. Nelly is the project manager for Keller Brothers Construction, who helped take the design of our school and build it from brick and mortar. The architects and construction firms work closely with our supporting services division, which oversees the construction, renovation, and maintenance of all our schools. Representing the Charles County Public Schools Supporting Services Division is David Clemens, project manager of CCPS. Mr. Nelly, please pass the key to Mr. Clemens. He has the key? Okay. Mr. Clemens works with the team that led and helped navigate the construction project. Mr. Clemens, now pass the key to Lydia Thornton Johnson, daughter of Margaret J. Thornton. The school naming committee put forth the name Margaret J. Thornton Elementary School, and the Board of Education voted to name Elementary School 23 after Mrs. Thornton. The Thornton family, represented by Mrs. Johnson, have become champions of our school. Mrs. Johnson, please pass the key to Diothi Sweat, President of the Charles County branch of the NAACP. Ms. Sweat represents the local branch of the NAACP, the organization that donated the official portrait of Mrs. Thornton, which hangs in the main office. Ms. Sweat now passes the key to our principal, Dr. Brian King. Dr. King came to Thornton in 2024 after serving as principal at C. Paul Barnhart Elementary School. As schools are built to house students, we never lose perspective that it is the instructional program, the quality of teachers, and what the students learn each day that is the most important to our school system. We thank Dr. King and all the teachers and staff at Thornton who are at the forefront of your children's education each day and who ensure that our students receive a quality education. It takes dedicated employees, teachers, secretaries, food services, building services, specialists, and instructional assistants working as one to make a school run. Dr. King is now passing the key to Autumn Williams and Austin Watson, two fifth grade students. They represent the amazing students at Thornton who walk the halls of our school each day. Let's give them a round of applause.
So at this point in our program, we are coming to a close, but before I do that, I would be remiss if I didn't mention a few other staff members that put a lot of time and love and energy into making sure that tonight's program went off well. So I'm hoping that they're in the room. Miss Wilson, Miss Adams, I just saw walk by. and also Mr. Forbes, a part of the building service team. If you are in the room, please stand up and receive some applause. Thank you. Thank you. Clapping for you, Ms. Adams. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you, everyone, for attending tonight's program and showing your support of Charles County Schools. Our program is now over. There are spots in the lobby for pictures, and we have light refreshments behind you in our gymnasium. Please enjoy the rest of your evening. Thank you, everyone.